Family, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. So I want to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to anybody who has been a support to this channel, especially my returning subscribers. I love you guys, you know that, right? So then today on my recipe table, I am making a very simple lunch, and I am going to use chicken breast. So lovers of chicken breast, gather here. We all know how it tastes. Okay, we know what's up with chicken breast. It really tastes great, and you want to stay with me and watch how this is done. So to begin, I have my chicken breast. I am using three. So first of all, I am going to prep my chicken breast. So what I'm going to do is to cut the tops of my chicken breast. And if you're making this, you want to make sure that it doesn't get too deep. Mine was almost deep. Okay, it's very deep. So you don't want it to get to the ends of your chicken breast. Other than that, it's going to be spacious. I mean, you see spaces in between them, and it gets to the back or the bottom of it, and you wouldn't want that. So you have to be a little bit cautious when you are cutting it, but it's all good. If you don't want to do that, this is my decision, and it's optional. You don't have to cut anything. You can just do it the way you want. But for me, I want my salt and everything, all my seasonings to get into my chicken breast. So that's the reason why. All right, so at this point I am going to add some salt and some seasoning. I am going to marinate this. So then I am adding salt. I'm also going to add black pepper, and I'm also going to add some powdered garlic to it, and I'm making sure that it gets into my holes or the lines that I've created in my chicken breast. So after this, I'm going to use a very special ingredient. I mean, this is a special seasoning that I have at home, and you can use any other seasoning of choice if you're making this. Okay, so you don't have to use exactly what I'm using. Anything that you think, or any seasoning that is okay for you, it's perfect. So you want to know that after this, I am going to turn the back of it and also do the same thing. Pretty girl don't do super. He don't do super. Oh, Rhema healthy way. Oh, Rhema healthy way. Oh, Rhema healthy way. It's making my life healthy with berries, healthy, homemade. So now I'm adding some lemon juice, and after this I am going to add some oil to it. So my oil is olive oil and basil. Okay, so it is basil olive oil, and this really gives it a nice taste. I am a lover of basil, and so that's the reason why I'm using this. So you can go for olive oil, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, so then I'm using this because I don't want my chicken breast to come out dry. Okay, this gives it a nice taste and also gives it a better look after roasting, or air frying. It gives it a better taste. So what I'm going to do is, after using or adding my olive basil oil, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cover this and leave it in the refrigerator for some minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes. And now the next thing I'm going to do is to prep my potatoes and get them into the oven. So then I'm using 5 large potatoes over here, and depending on how many people you're going for, you can decide on how many potatoes you want to use. So I am making this for 2, and yeah, 5 is enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut this into smaller sizes, not too small, but into the sizes that I think it's okay for me. You don't have to cut it into smaller sizes, but you have to check the sizes that is okay for you if you're making this. So then I'm going to show you the sizes that I am going for. I'm cutting it just into 2, and with this large one I'm going to cut it into 3. All right, and it's perfect. If you're watching me at this point and you're still not part of this wonderful family, you want to click on the subscribe button, you want to turn on bell notification. Anytime I upload a new video, YouTube is going to notify you. And don't forget, you're free to watch any other video on this channel. So in my baking bowl, I am going to add my washed potatoes. Okay, and after adding my potatoes, I'm going to add some black pepper, and at this point, if you have any other spices or whatever or seasoning that you want to add to it, so this is my desired seasoning that I'm using. After, I'm going to add the same basil, olive oil, and you want to do that, I'm spraying it all over and going to use my hand to make sure that I mix it, that every potato in this gets its own share. So then I'm going to cover this and leave it for about 10 minutes before I put it in the oven. Now it's time for me to air fry my chicken breast. Okay, so if you haven't watched the review of this product, I mean the Xiaomi Smarts or Xiaomi My Smarts, you want to check out from my video. You will know I've already said a lot about this particular air fryer. It's perfect. You want to try this, you want to get it. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, and I think this is the second time that I am shooting a video with this air fryer. So I'm going for double because I'm using both the down and the top. So I chose chicken wings, and it's going for 25 minutes. All right, so then at this point, what I'm going to do is to cut my onions, all right, and my capsicum. So you want to make sure that you don't add your capsicum or your onions from the beginning of your baking. All right, you want to add it at the end when you know that your potatoes are well cooked and you want to bring it out. So then what you do is to add your onions and your capsicum. That is if you're going to use capsicum. But then don't forget that the onions at this point is very important because it really gives it a very delicious taste that you wouldn't want to miss it. The onions itself really tastes great after adding it, because I am going to add some butter at the end in the middle of my baking. Okay, while I still bake the potatoes, I'm going to add some butter. Here is it. So that is that. At this point, this is how my potatoes are looking already, and you can see that. So I'm adding my butter to it, and it's going to give it a great taste. Okay, it's just going to be like it's been fried and all that. So this is our chicken breast. It's almost done, right? So I have to make sure that it's 10 for the other side to also fry well, and that is very important. And after turning it, I'm going to spray some oil, which is my Basil olive oil, over this, and to get it back as well. So it's time for my capsicum and my onion. So I'm going to add it. The reason is that you don't want to overcook your capsicum. That's why you don't have to add it from the beginning. It's really not cool for the capsicum to get so soft and all that. All right. So I lost that part of my video. It wasn't shooting. I didn't know. So I lost that part. So this is our lunch. And okay, so it's my lunch table. I'm adding a little bit of petersilie. If I don't know if that's the English name, so that's petersilie. So guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate. Hope you're going to try this at home, and don't forget, if you have some kids at home who love potatoes, this is a great recipe for them, and they are going to thank you after this. So until I come your way again next time, don't forget, if you're not part of this, I'll be glad to have you as my YouTube family member. Okay, don't forget that. And remember, I love you guys, and I love the support and everything. So until I come your way again next time, bye.